Give y'all praise and glory and honor.
Message to this generation, message of reparation, message to this generation, message of reparation. For bodies that you hooked, the lives that you took, for the debt you owe, mistreatment of the poor, for the slaves made praise, stripe on back relayed, hangings just for spite, fire bread in the night. Message to this generation, message of reparation, message to this generation, message of reparation. Your short washed away, homes, ashes, and decay, flood, water, rise, darkness fills the sky. Lightning strikes for the walking and still, houses watch down the hill, violence on every side, from your wrath, you cannot. Message to this generation, message of reparation, message to this generation, message of reparation, judgment, judgment. Here comes the white horse, judgment, judgment. Here comes the red horse, judgment, judgment. Here comes the black horse, judgment, judgment. Here comes the red horse, judgment is here to stay. For savagery you display. Now it's your time to pay. Destruction on the way. Message to this generation, message of reparation, message to this generation, message of reparation. Bodies that you hooked, the lives that you took, for the debt you owe, mistreatment of the poor, for slaves made prey, stripes on backs were laid, hangings just for spite, firebrand in the message to this generation, message of reparation,
Give y'all praise
this generation,
and glory.
message of reparation.
Yes. Praise you.
Away,
Yes.
ashes and
Yes,
decay,
Father, we thank you right
blood,
now.
water, rise,
We ask that you're
darkness
joining us
fills the
tonight in this
sky.
teaching.
Lightning strikes
Come,
for the
Holy
walking and
Spirit,
still, houses
to
watch
guide us through the
down
word
the
and the
hill,
inside tonight.
violence on
That
every
whoever may hear
side,
this
from
word may
your
be
wrath,
blessed,
you
encouraged,
cannot.
and also be warned. We love your people tonight. And we thank you. We praise you right now.
Message to this generation,
Father, give your name
message
glory
of
and praise tonight.
reparation, message to this generation, message of reparation, judgment, judgment. Here comes the white horse, judgment, judgment. Here comes the red horse, judgment, judgment. Here comes the black horse, judgment, judgment.
When them horses got
Here comes the
a
pale horse,
meaning when they show up, they come into a war.
for savagery display. Now it's your time to pay. Destruction on the way. Message to this generation, message of reparation, message to this generation, message of reparation, message to this generation, message of reparation, message to this generation, message of reparation.
All right.
Message to this
Y'all God be praised, saints.
Yes, he does.
Hallelujah. We thank
Hallelujah.
y'all
Hallelujah.
for the message. Uh, we thank y'all for being with us tonight. We thank each and every one that will come by this broadcast for whatever reason. If the Father leads you here, we pray that something will be said, that you will find deliverance, find solace, find encouragement. His word tonight is restoration promised. We give y'all
Yeah.
praise. We coming out of Deuteronomy 30th chapter, 30th chapter. I've been reading them for the last few days, or the last from I didn't read 28, I just 29 on down. Actually 30. What came in my heart for the last 2 nights, or 3 nights I've been reading those. And I'll just pray and just giving y'all praise and glory for just the enlightenment and to reiterate his word through Moses, his uh his word, and not only word of encouragement, it comes to let us know about his plans for a people. Let me go ahead and open this up. He have a plan for a people, and as we can see in our topic tonight, restoration. And I began to go into that in the Hebrew Strongs, and also before we get in our scriptures. Matter of fact, go ahead and read our over 20 scriptures, and we will come back, and I'm going to get into the definition, then we'll get into the word.
All right. Deuteronomy 30, starting with the first verse, going down to the 20th. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Yahweh thy Elohim has driven thee. Second verse, and shall return unto the Yahweh thy Elohim, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Verse 3, that then the Yahweh thy Elohim will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nation, whether the Yahweh thy Elohim has scattered thee. Verse 4, if any of thine be driven out into the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will the Yahweh the Elohim gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Verse 5, and the Yahweh the Elohim will bring thee into the land which thy father possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thy good, and multiply thee among above thy fathers. Verse 6, and the Yahweh the Elohim will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Yahweh thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Verse 7. And the Yahweh the Elohim will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Verse 8, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Yahweh, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. Verse 9, and the Yahweh thy Elohim will make thee plenteous in every work of thy hand, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land, for good,
For the Yahweh will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy father. Verse 10. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Yahweh thy Elohim to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law. And if thou turn unto the Yahweh thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul. 11. For this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee, neither it is far off. Verse 12. It is not in heaven that thou shouldest say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it. 13. Neither is it beyond the sea that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it. 14. But the word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. 16. In that I command thee this day to love thy Yahweh thy Elohim, to walk in his ways and to keep his commandment and his statute and his judgment, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Yahweh thy Elohim will bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. 17. But if thy heart be turned away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them. 18. I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. 19. I call Shammai and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessed and cursed. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Verse 20. That thou mayest love the Yahweh thy Elohim, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Yahweh swore unto the father, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them.
Oh, praise it to the Most High. You know, the beauty of this is, as I read this and went through this, Israel was still in the wilderness. And Moses is prophesied over them according to the voice of the Most High. Even before they reached the promised land, and before Moses began, he was coming to the end of his journey. And y'all gives him a testimony, a prophecy to speak to the people concerning what's going to happen with them. He's prophesying over them that even though where you sitting now, you sitting under my protection. I put somebody over here over you that love you. I'm your fire by night. I'm the cloud over you during the day. You have not reached the land which I have promised to you by your forefathers to give you. a land what's flowing with milk and honey. Good land. Moses is speaking over these people of our forefathers before they'll get there, before any of this take place. He's speaking. This is just blowing in my mind. Before they get to a place, he's already talking about you're gonna have to be restored.
Yeah, yes, he is.
Wow. Before you enter in your first episode, before you get there, because you're gonna go through some stuff. But I want you to know before you set your foot, even in this place, after all of these things, we right now we sitting in a place waiting to be restored. This is the last restoration.
Mm-hmm.
But here we see the first prophecy that Moses is speaking over the people, even still in the wilderness,
Yes.
have not reached the land of promise. He's getting ready because he's not going in with them. But yet, y'all give him a prophecy to speak over the people for what's going to become of them.
Yes.
So let's go back up here. It says, restoration promised. I can't, people can understand how powerful this is.
Mm-hmm.
That here's a man that's speaking prophecy while their still feet are still in the desert. They're still not even close yet to go into the promised land because Joshua's got to take them in there.
Yes, he does.
But yeah, here's come a prophecy telling them their behavior. Where y'all can change his mind from blessing them, from bringing them to bringing them in a place of royalty. But yet he does not, but he keeps his, look at the glory of our Father. He keeps his word, even though he know we're going to make a mess.
That's right.
And I looked at the word restoration. He promised. And the etymology, I'm going to get into Hebrew. No, let me get into Hebrew first, and I'm going to get to the etymology of it. Under the word really means aruka. It means a healing. It means restoration, to be restored. It says over in the English Concordance, it says labored and the repair work was perfected by them. Work progressed and the repair work and to repair work their hands. It goes on down to ruka. It comes from a definition of healing, restoration, health, recovery, repair. Y'all is speaking this over the people through prophecy of Moshe. You're going to have to be healed. You're going in whole now. You're going to have to be healed. You're going to have to, I'm going to have to recover you. I'm going to have to repair you. And you haven't even left this desert yet. The Greek says anu, ananu, and and ananihu, ananihu, to renew. You're so messed up, you have to be renewed. Because when the 28 said you won't know who you are, you won't have a clue who you really are. By the time the people get through with you, he said, renew myself. I'm renewed. We don't know what renewed is yet. We're waking up. But saints of the Most High, we have not been renewed yet. He said that you be renewed in the spirit. We thank you for that. Bring us back to him in the spirit realm. Till now we finding out who we are, but we have not been restored. We haven't been restored. Because when we be restored, we will be restored in our kingdom. Our kingdom. He said to be renewed. This is the English version. To renew. Renew. To renew myself. I'm renewed. See, you can't renew yourself when you didn't tear yourself up. When you didn't create the system. Because if we could renew ourselves by restoring this system back in a proper order, we would do it. So this thing is so deep that Yah told his people about restoring them before they even entered into the promised land. Here they got a speech from Moshe. Prophecy. Etymology of the word. Restoration. A means of healing or restoring health, a cure, renewing of something, listen, of something lost. Open it up some. If you don't, that word re meaning is it got to be put back into the condition of which it was found. Is to restore back, redo something, restore, reclaim, mean to go back. To bring the person back to their originality. It's a meaning of healing or restoring health, a cure, renewing of something lost. And this from Old French, restoration. It says a restoration, renewal, a noun of action. It's a noun of reaction. See, these people can talk all this stuff because they know what it takes to renew. All this research and mess, they don't need that. I'm amazed that everybody nobody need a research to get nothing from this place but us. They always want to do research. Folks coming across the border, we can see. They don't even have to prove anything. They don't even have to give them their name. So they can bring restoration to the people of Yah, but they refuse. So they know the definition. A restoration, a renewal, is a noun of action from past participle stem of Latin restura or restore. Then we move down. It says also using Middle English word restorement or restoring from mid 15th century as a repairing of a damage. Listen what it said. The repairing of a damaged or a deteriorated building. Not only a building, a person. He said 1500 as a restoring to a former state. See, they want to put it, the word, to a structure. The restoration refers to the reestablishment of the monarchy. See there? They know it means putting people back together. The restoring of under Charles II in 1660 as an adjective in reference to the English theater of their period. The French history, it refers to the briefly interrupted reinstatement of the Bourbons. So they already know when you say you're going to restore somebody or renew something, it's going to take putting that person back with everything that they lost. You can't say you sorry without bringing back what they call complete wholeness to the individual. To restore, let's look at that. To give what? To give back. You must give back. Also to build up again. Back into an original state or even higher. He said repair, renew, reestablish, free from the effects. Listen, free from the effects of sin. Bring back to what? Former and a better state. So don't tell me they don't know what the word means. I'm reading their definition. He says, bring it back into a better, from Old French, restore, from Latin, restorative, it means repair, rebuild, renew. This is from R-E, R-E means back again. Put it back in the former state where it was whole before you tore it up, before you took it, before you destroyed it. He said not attested by itself, but also in structure. He said restructure, not attested by itself, but also in structure, to set up. So you can't just restore. You got to set the person back up or whatever back up into its original, in a better state. Just not where they were, but in a better state. He said to establish, renew, restore. Example, from a pyroot state to what? Stand, make, or to be firm. So the person is so established that they are firm. There's no way they're going to lose or they're going to break down again. They will have everything they need to stand on their own with no help from nobody else once they restore back to their wholeness. He said from late 14th circle as to cure. Listen what it said. As to cure, to heal, bring back to a vigorous state. Operating vigorously, no need, no help, productive. He said of objects, beliefs, bring back to an original state of condition. It's amazing to me. But they don't intend to do it, but y'all gonna make them do it. And you're gonna have more than you ever had in your life. We keep saying we're going, but we are not going out of here until we be restored saints. Just like it, as it was did then, it's gonna be done again. They did not come out of captivity poor. They came out with great wealth. Every one of the captivity, if you look, they came out with restoration. You think this gonna be any different? But it's so appealing to me to see what Yah gives Moshe a prophecy over these people before they even went in. I'm gonna have to restore you all. Let's get into the scriptures. The restoration promise before the event even took place. He said, so it shall be. When all of these things have come upon you, listen what he telling. It shall be, that's a promise. Shall. So it shall be. When all these things have come upon you, he says, the blessings, and he said the blessing, because you're going to get blessed. I'm going to bless, I'm going to make you astonishment for all people. You are going to be arrayed. All people are going to be talking about you. You're going to be somebody to see. But what happened with us as a people, we get the big head a little bit. You get a pair of sneakers and their head get big. He said, so it shall be when all these things, telling them from the beginning, not even in the land yet, not even gotten the blessings yet. He said, all these things shall come upon you. He said, the blessing, you're gonna receive blessings. You're going to go through a time of blessing and notoriety. They're going to know that you are my people. He said, and the curse. And those that they know who the people are now. He said, which I have set, listen, I don't set this before you. Isn't that something? They went in knowing they're going to be blessed. And they also went in knowing they're going to fall and they're going to be accursed. Because it is the choices. Y'all will tell us some things that we have the power to say no. We have our Father, start repenting. We see in this word many times over where y'all relented what he said when he said his word. Did not he told Nehemiah he was Nehemiah he was going to die? Nehemiah started praying about that thing. No. Now I done all this and this and this, and y'all relented. Go back and tell them I'm going to add 15 more years. He said, I'm going to bless. And he said, and the curse is going to come. Because the curse is going to come because you guys going to go with other gods. Because you're going to forget all this blessings I've done. You're going to get the big head and you're going to leave me. So I'm prophesying, I'm letting you know now, you can make a choice. You don't have to be cursed. He said, which I have set before you. He said, you call them to mind. He said, you're going to call them to mind. You're going to remember what I told you. In all nations where Yahuwah your Elohim has banished you, you're going to remember. You ain't going to remember this until you get it. When you look up, you're going to be out of the country. You're going to be out of, under protection. Then you're going to remember, oh man, I remember, oh yeah, it's too late now. Got so caught up with the blessings and the good timing. And now you don't want y'all, but you want, as we see today, even so now, we see down. You didn't want him, you want his blessing. Many people don't want Yahusha, but they want the blesser. They want him to bless them, but they don't want him to tell them what to do. After he blessed them with all their blessing, he said, in another scripture, say, when you come into your land, you get your houses and all these things. He said, don't forget. Because y'all know we're forgiving people. He pulls us up something early in the morning, and before the day begins, we see the blessings up. Before the nightfall, something happens, we act like he didn't do nothing for us that same day. When he just pulls us out of something, just spared our life a few hours earlier. Then he goes on this site here. He said, you return to Yahuwah, your Elohim, and obey him in all your heart. Because, see, I'm going to have to do this because I know what kind of people I'm dealing with. Boy. He said, and when you return to Yahuwah, your Elohim, and obey him with all your heart. See, that's the thing. Y'all know our heart. That's what I love about y'all. When somebody else think you ain't there and you ain't doing it, he know your heart towards the things concern him. Because people try to think they know what you think and they know who you are. They don't know who you are. That's between you and your Elohim. He said, you return to Yahuwah, your Elohim, and obey him with all your heart and soul, according to all that I command you today. I'm telling you this today before you go into the land. But if you can remember your Abiyah, if you remember when you're going through your cursed places, when you're going through the low part of Lolibar, if you can remember that, I promise you will be restored. I'm going to restore, he says. He's according to all that I command you today, you and your sons. I'm going to restore you. Then Yahuwah, your Elohim, will what? He will restore you from your captivity. Oh, we give him glory. They hadn't even gone into captivity, saints, when this prophecy came from Moshe. They hadn't even entered the land of Canaan yet. They hadn't even had the opportunity to eat the grapes and everything yet. What the land had in store for them. But yet, they get some prophecy to remind if you can keep this in mind. Sometimes if we can just keep y'all's word in mind, we won't say, we won't do. We thank Yah for his tender mercy. He said, then Yahuwah, your Elohim, will restore. Not only will he restore, he said, I'm going to restore you from your captivity. Not only you and your sons. He said, have compassion on you. What do you mean by compassion? My heart going to go out to you. You're going to touch something in my heart. I'm going to look at you with pity. Because I know you're going to need me before you set your foot in this land where I'm taking you. I am telling you what's going to happen. I'm prophesying to you, Israel. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have to bring you back up. But I promise I'm going to do it. I promise you, I'm going to put you back on top. I'm going to save you out of your captivity. And have compassion on you. And he said, I'm going to gather you from all the people where Yahuwah, your Elohim, has scattered you. He said, if your outcast, listen to what he said. That's why I tell people, don't worry about where people are going. This word here clears this up. If your outcasts are at the ends of the earth, we always have a tendency, they shouldn't have went this, they should have did. Listen, you're going to die wherever. But this word tells you, if your outcasts are at the ends of the earth, he said, from there, Yahuwah, your Elohim, will gather you. It doesn't matter where you are when that time for the gathering of his saints. He's going to gather you. He said from there, he will what? Bring you back. Because this is restoration time. He got to restore us back to him first in the spirit. First to know who we are. That's where we sitting right now. Knowing who we are. Realizing we are his people. We are the chosen. He said, I'm going to have to do this even when you get scattered. I'm going to have to wait till you get scattered. Now to make you understand who you really are. You're going to come back to me. And I'm going to come back to you. And he says, I don't care where you've been, wherever your outcast is, wherever they carried you, wherever you may be. I don't care if you're the four corners of sitting on the tip of each four corner of this world. I know where you are. He said, or what? At the ends of the earth. He don't care where you are. If he said from there, from that place, he said, I'm going to what? I'm going to what? Bring you back. I'm going to bring you back. From there, Yahuwah, your Elohim, will gather you. And from there, he will bring us back. He said, it goes on number 5. He said, the Yahuwah, your Elohim, will bring you into the what? The land. He said, the land which your father possessed. Now he's talking about now, saints. Isn't that amazing? Here, we know there's been, what, 6 captivities with this. Before there was any captivity, y'all spoke this word. And each one, he brought them back. He allowed them to go back. He brought them back into that place. And this last time, he said, you won't see it this time. You won't get back over there. You won't walk back over there now. See, they could walk back home. But you won't walk back now. If you remember the scripture where they, I think it was Joel. One of them trying to think which one it was. That when the great earthquake, it speaks of the great earthquake when it divided the earth. When they wouldn't be able to walk back to different countries from one to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Because the landmass shifted at that time. What they call the great earthquake was shifting now.
Sure is.
This ain't the first time
No,
that the great earthquake rearranged things. He said, no, I'm going to do it this time. He said, outcast, where they going to take you, I'm going to come get you. Because you ain't going to be able to come back on this one. Not where I'm taking you. Because you don't even know where to go. See, that's what's wrong with our peoples too now. They think they know where to go. We don't know where to go. Didn't y'all's word say he would come get us?
that's what it says.
As long as we're safe under his arms, saints, I don't care what is breaking loose right now. The safest place we can be is under the arms of the Most High. Because he don't care if all the buildings fall down. If he said it won't hit you, it ain't going to hit you.
That's right.
Did not his word say 1,000 at your head and 10,000 at your feet and 10,000 at your right hand? He said, but none of them will come near us. Now, none of them will come near us. This is not our fight. This is the time that we look up to the Most High just for calling this word, because he's promised to restore us. If we will hold fast and believe his word. I don't care where you at. You going somewhere, I'm going to bring you back to myself. I know where my peoples are, saints of the Most High. You can't go nowhere in this earth that y'all don't know where you are. And we always been nomads. We always went place to place. He says, number 5, he said, Yahuwah, your Elohim will bring you into the land which your father what? Possessed. And you shall possess it. That will be now. I know they went back when Cyrus sent them back. But everybody had left there then, because there still was some people still there when Nehemiah went back. And he found people that all of them wasn't gone. But his last captivity, when everybody was gone out of there. So the land is not, which they keep saying, the land is what? Grown over. Ain't nobody in that, not the true land. Y'all don't lie. Them cities, they made them up themselves. They the one got that together themselves. But he said that, yeah, they might be in the area, but in Jerusalem, the true one, he said, into the land which your father possessed, and you shall possess it. And he will prosper you and multiply you more than your fathers. And we know it was a lot of them. Because you can know it was a lot of them, because if you read through the words, how many fell in one day, 30,000 fell in one day for going doing something they wouldn't have no business. 20,000, all kind of thousands of our people. It's looked like we will get this thing. Y'all allowed so many other people to be taken out of here because of disobedience. If they give you the number now, you be way up there in the 1,000. But they don't want to do that. They try to hide it like it ain't that many. We know that's a lie. You kill somebody every day, all day long, every day of the week, like it's a job to kill. You know it's gonna be in the 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all know where everyone is. We might not know, but he knows. He goes on to tell us in number 6, he says, well, I'm not finished with that. He said, and he will prosper you and multiply you more than your father. Number 6. Moreover, the Yahuwah your Elohim. He said he will what? Will circumcise your heart. This is not your skin now. I'm going to take the filthiness out of your heart. He said, I will circumcise your heart and your heart and the heart of your descendants. Here we go. Are we not the descendants of our forefathers?
Mm-hmm.
Doing the same thing now. Taking that, this got to circumcise our heart. Remove the uncleanness, the unrighteousness out of us. He said, to love the Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart. I got to clean your heart. I got to take the stuff out of you so you can love me. You got too much going on in your heart, your mind. Too many worries. He said, that's taking up my space. Moreover, or furthermore, the Yahuwah your Elohim will circumcise your heart and the heart of what? Your descendants.
Mm-hmm.
See how he speak he speak to the present as well as the future? He don't speak in the past he'll tell us when we know what our father did. He leave the past thought up to us. I don't want to be like they was. He said, descendants who love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart and with all your soul. So that you may what? Listen what he said, so that you may live. Why?
Mm-hmm.
How can we live? The descendants to love the Yahuwah with all our heart and with all our soul. And the reason why we do that, he said, so that we may live. If we can do that, he said, I promise restoration is coming. We ain't got to worry about nobody else. Well, our concern is y'all gonna restore us.
That's right.
That's what our whole concern should be right now. He said that Yahuwah your Elohim will what? Inflict all these curses. Now, if you even do that, listen how he switched this thing up. If you can love me, first of all, let me cut your heart. Let me circumcise your heart. I got to cut away all this uncleanness that we got ourselves into. I got to make your heart clean before me. And if you can love me with all your heart, with all your soul, so that you may live. In his 7th verse, he said, the Yahuwah, your Elohim, will inflict all these curses on our enemy and on those who hate us. When we turn back to him, saints of the Most High, when we allow him to circumcise our heart, to take out the stony places, to be what? An excavator. Move out them deep places that we hide, don't want to get rid of. Some of these things we going to have to get rid of. We keep letting it come back. We going to have to listen, that was the past. Because you got to understand, the enemy is accuser of the brethren. And he love to bring your past back up to you. When that thought comes, you know that's the enemy. Y'all done told you right now, if you will love me, he said, if you allow me to circumcise your heart with all and of your descendants, not only you, your descendants as well. He said, to love Yahuwah. If you can turn back and love me with all your heart, with all your soul, he said, so if you'll do that, so that you may live. And if you'll do that, this is what I'm going to do for you. My people. He said, I'm going to inflict all these curses on your enemies. And on those who are, and on those who hate you. So that goes even deeper and further to say, not only just the enemy hating us, the ones that look like us hating us. Can be hating on one another. Because this is a time right now that we see some things are happening. Again today, I looked up and I saw the moon sitting there. I'm like, what? Why is the moon out and the sun out? I'm telling you. There's some stuff going on. We don't have time. We really don't have time, saints. It's time to let y'all circumcise our heart, to pull every root of everything out that will cause us. He said, because that's going to stop you from really having a relationship with me. He said, so that you may live. We may live. We will have life. We don't want him to say, lack is thou one thing. He said, Yahuwah, your Elohim inflict. He said, he will inflict all these curses on our enemies and on those who hate us. He said, anybody that hates you, I'm gonna deal with them. He said, who persecuted you? And you shall again, this is what he's saying, saints, to us. And you shall again obey the Yahuwah and observe all his commandments, which I command you today. This is Moshe talking to the peoples of the Most High, having entered into Canaan. They still standing in the wilderness and getting a prophecy that they haven't even stepped the foot in the country yet. Here he's reminding, I'm telling you, I'm giving you the answer because I know this is going to happen. But I'm giving you a way of escape if you allow me to circumcise your heart. Because you're going to fall. You're going to go into some curses. Because you're going to be living up so much that you're going to forget who gave you what you got, who blessed you with what you have. So you went on to start good time and you followed other gods. You had too much time on your hand. You start going buying you some other little godlets. Now you touch your abominable thing. You going off and done some other thing. I already know this word is coming. I'm letting you know now. I am going to have to be in a place where you have been scattered. I'm going to have to restore you. I'm going to have to bring you back to that place where you need to be, because you can't come to me the way you are. I got to cut this stuff out of your heart so your soul shall live. This ain't about you too. This is about you and your offspring. This is about your descendants as well. But if you do that, I'm going to put all these curses on your enemy and on those who hate you, who persecute you, and you shall again obey Yahuwah and observe all his commandments. He said, which I command you today. He said, then, number 9, then Yahuwah, your Elohim, will prosper you. Y'all have a condition. If you will do this, I will do that. He said, you shall again. He said, when I do this thing, when I start doing your enemies, when you start seeing these curses, because you going to start obeying me, you're going to look over at your enemy and say, oh, that's the way we were, and we saying it now. They don't understand that's the way we were. We hear them complain, oh, y'all to see us when we complaining about that. He said, but, and you shall again obey me, obey Yahuwah. Don't turn back from me, because you're going to be looking just like that again. He's obey Yahuwah and observe all his commandments, which I command you what? Today. Then Yahuwah your Elohim will what? Then we begin to see we'll prosper you abundantly. There is no number to abundantly. You don't know how much abundantly is abundantly. More than you can even handle yourself. Prosper you abundantly in all the work of your hand. You ain't going to be able to handle all what y'all about to do for your life. Don't forget that in the midst of all this stuff that's going on, Saint, we understand we in a place, we got so much going on, and we got to be, our head got to be on the swivel. But we also got to know what the word of Yah said. He said, I'm going to restore you, Israel. I promise you I'm going to do this. I don't care what the forecast is out here now. I promised my people that I was going to restore them. But don't get with a cursed thing. Come out from among them and be separate. And I promise you, I'm going to prosper your hands. Even in the midst of these storms. Even in the midst of the chaos. I don't care who gather in this country. He said to us to look up, obey him. Keep our eyes on him. If our heart need to be circumcised, Father, circumcise my heart so I may live. Because I want to walk in your promises. You cannot lie. He said, I'm going to prosper you abundantly in all the work of your hand, in the offspring of your body, and in the offsprings of your cattle, and in the produce of your ground. Everything that you touch is going to turn to gold. What it say, the Midas touch. They're going to be wondering, what did you put in there? What did you put? I ain't put nothing in. Just because you touched the hand and the ground, because the ground identified with you. The soil identified when you put your hands in it, because you come from him. That's why later on in this here thing, he said the earth and heaven are going to testify against you if you don't do right. Let's keep moving. He said, in the offspring of your body and in the offspring of your cattle and in the produce of your ground. He said, for Yahuwah will again, what he said, because I done it for you before. I blessed you before. He said, but I'm going to do it again. He said, rejoice over you for good. Oh, we give him glory. Do we have a wonderful Father? A magnificent Savior. I'm going to do this thing for you again. All I need you to do is obey me. He said, Yahuwah will rejoice over us for good, just as he was, listen what he said, just as I rejoiced over your fathers. See, there's a record there. I did this for your fathers, but they fell. But I talked about my descendants, though. Now I'm doing it for their descendants. He said, if you, number 10 again, he keeps saying that word if is so conditional. If you obey Yahuwah, your Elohim, to keep what? His commandment and his what? Laws, his statutes, which are written in this what? This book of the law, he said. Whichever, I don't know why people keep saying that the law done away with when they keep telling us that we have to obey the law. He said, if you turn, there's another condition. If you turn to Yahuwah, your Elohim, with all your heart and soul, we ain't got nothing to worry about. We can rest assured his word is true. It's kept us this long, saints. You still living. You still clothed in your right mind. And if you slept the night, you be in his bosom. We win either way. We give y'all praise and glory. He says, if you obey Yahuwah, your Elohim, to keep his commandment and his statutes, which are written in this book of the law. He said again, if you turn to Yahuwah, your Elohim, with all your heart and soul, if you do with all your heart and soul. He has said this twice. You can't be half-stepping, but that's what he's telling us, Israel. We got to mean this thing. We turn with all our heart, our mind, our soul. He said, for this commandment, which I command you today is not, listen what it says, it ain't too difficult for you. Not if you want to live eternally. Not if you want what a father has to offer. Isn't that amazing? We adjust our time when they give us a job and tell them they're going to give more money. All of a sudden us fussing something, all of a sudden you can, wait a minute. I can come in an hour early. Or that will make me make more money. Yeah, I can do that. Y'all say, if for commandment which I command you today, he said, it's not too difficult for you, nor is it out of reach. It ain't too far from us to do. Now, if our heart and our mind is fixed to do the right thing unto Yahuwah, to honor him, to love him, and to keep his word. He said, it is not in heaven. He said, it is not in heaven that you should say, who will go up to heaven for us, to get it for us and make us hear it. He said, it ain't up there. Don't need to send nobody up to heaven trying to get the answer. No. He said that we may observe it. Number 13 said, nor is it beyond the sea either. What you looking for? Don't go searching for this. He said that you should say, who will cross the sea for us, to get it for us, to make us hear it. You don't need nobody. He said, we may observe. He said, but listen to me. Let me tell you something. He said, it's nigh thee. This thing is even, it's in your mouth. You speak it out and I'll do it. You have to look for it over here. You have to look for it over there. He said, if you walk it up right before me, your deliverance is in your mouth. Everything that you need lies on your lips. He said, but the word is very near you, in your mouth and in your heart, that you may observe it. You keep it. When you speak it, then who should say, when you come and you pray unto the Father in my name, when I hear, I'll do it. That lets us know it's in our mouth. Well, we give him all his glory. Oh, see, he has to remind us again. And I'm thankful for this reminder. But sometimes we look here and we look there. We go over here looking. We go over there looking. We go everywhere looking. When it's now, it's even in our mouth. And y'all will perform this stuff. I thank you, Father, for even answering the prayer, even me saying that for my own self. He said, choose life. You want life, choose it. Father, I want to live. I don't just want to live. I want to live in prosperity. I don't just want to live in prosperity. I want to live healed.
Yeah.
I want to live delivered.
That's right.
I want to live set free. It's not us, saints. It's in our mouth. He said, see, I have set before you today. This is Moshe telling me. Listen, I'll say before you today. You can make a decision right now. I don't care. Everything that you heard before, you can make a decision right now in your heart. You are not going to be that one that failed because you didn't want to go through the curses. See, I have set before you today life and prosperity and death and adversity. I done said trouble before you. I done said prosperity before. I done said death before you. You got a choice to make. We all do, saints. He said, in that I command you today, what? He said, to love Yahuwah, your Elohim. To walk in his ways and to keep what? His commandments and his statutes and his judgments. If we can do that, he said that you may live. This is your answer to your prayer. If you will do these things, he said that you may live and multiply. Y'all want all good things. So he ain't saying nothing negative about us yet. If we would do what he said. It's laid out before, but he letting them know. But I already know somebody they're gonna tip the scale the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I already know. Oh, saints of the Most High, we got somewhere we can go to. When you look at the world and they don't know where to go.
Mm.
When they running here, it's like they running here, they're running there, they're running everywhere. He said, but you, my people, it's not you. It's even in your mouth. You, my people. It's not you. If you go and you pray unto me, if you make your request unto me, oh, Father, we give your name glory and praise. I honor him tonight. Because his word come back to remind us, even myself, that we continue to go to him. Because we get caught up, we got to go here, we got to talk to this, we got to go talk to that one, we got to get this opinion, that opinion, this diagnosed, that. No, he says, not you. I think sometimes we don't take these things to heart enough. That this thing is so close to us that we can get things done, that we can pray to Yah. Because he said, if you'll turn back, they'll start obeying me. Obey me. That's one of your prerequisites. You can come to me and you can ask me. And I promise you I'll deliver it. I will set the record straight. He said, but if your heart turns away, let me finish. Let me back up a little bit. He said, in that I command you today to love Yahuwah your Elohim and walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgment, that you may live and multiply. And that the Yahuwah your Elohim may bless you in the land where what? Where you are entering to possess it. Wherever you are, he said that land gonna be blessed. If the other one is falling apart, I believe that with all my heart. I don't care what's going on around me. If I hold fast to this word, what y'all have told her, he said, if you obey me, if you walk up right before me, he said, what about? He said, y'all will bless. He will bless us in the land where we are entering. This is what it said, where we are entering to possess it. You going, you moving somewhere, and you done pray that y'all open that door. He said, I'm going to bless that land, even if your neighbor's own ain't blessed. He said, but if your heart turns away, here's a prerequisite. Here's an F, here's a condition. But if your heart turns away and you will not obey, he said, but are drawn away and worship other gods, little gods. And you start serving them, and that's what we see today. And you can scream on top of your lungs. You got many people. I listened to a young lady last night. She said she had to repent. She didn't know. She just didn't know. She thought she was doing good, just reading tarot cards and burning sage and all these things. And she said, I just was leading y'all's people astray. It wasn't a lot, but it was more than I should have been doing. And she was on there just telling her age. That's wrong. To find out that she was she didn't say how she found out that she was the chosen. She was one of the chosen people of Yah. And find what she was doing wrong. She says it's amazing how the enemy tricked them, bringing them in there and think all this stuff is innocent.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you, I see so many out young people. What is all this witchcraft stuff they out here doing? Think no. Witches and all that burn, that they take y'all pure, everything that y'all have made pure, the enemy take it and he does unpure things with it. Just as we take them the herbs and stuff that heal our body, they take it to do something else.
Yes, they do.
He said, in that I command you today. We know sage is old because that when they say savory, that means they use sage plants for their meats and stuff, especially for lamb. With wild game and stuff like that, you use those type of spices to pull out the wild taste out of it. He said to walk in his ways, to keep his commandments. Oh, wait a minute, I'm down here to 18.
Mm-hmm.
He said, 17, he said, but if your heart turns away and you will not obey, but are drawn away and worship other gods and serve them. He said, I declare, listen what he said, I declare, and when he declares, it's declared. I declare to you, Israel, that you are crossing the Jordan to enter and possess it. He said, I will call, listen what he said, I'm going to send you, but I'm going to call heaven and earth to witness against you today. Because y'all can't say y'all didn't hear it. Y'all can't say y'all got the commandment. You can't say that I have laid it out before you. I have the heaven and the earth as my witness. He said that I have set before you life and death, the blessings and the curse. And I have the heavens and the earth as my witness. Isn't that something? So you sure can't lie to the earth and all. That ain't what he said. You hear it? No, you messed up. That's why the earth, what the words say, the earth is groaning for the manifestation of the sons of Yah, for them to get themselves together. So it was stuck. It's a witness. It's suffering because of our disobedience. But now Yah is waking us up. Oh, we give him glory. Thank Yah for restoration. See, they don't want to. They don't want to restore us, because when you restore, like the word say, you set that person up even better than it was set up before you took everything. Well, y'all gonna do the restoration. He gonna restore. He said, I call heaven and earth witness against you today that I have set before you life and death. I said what? The blessings and the curse. And he give us an opportunity to choose. He said choose. He give us an answer. He didn't even tell us what to choose. He said, so choose life in order that you may live. Not only you and your descendants. Why would you choose anything else other than life? It ain't even about the blessing. It's about your life. He said, by what? Loving Yahuwah your Elohim. My last one for the night. He said, by loving Yahuwah your Elohim, by obeying his voice. That's Yah's love language. That's the only thing he can understand. Is how we love him, is how we treat him. That's his love language. If you love me, then keep my commandments. He said, by loving Yahuwah your Elohim, by obeying his voice, and by holding fast to him. Yeah, what he say? For this is your life. This is what he said. This is your life. And the length of your days is going to be predicated on the decision that we make. You can't say mama. You can't say dad. You can't. No, it's going to be predicated on each one of our own decisions. He said that you may live in the land which Yahuwah swore to your father, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give to them. And I want to do that for my people. Saints of the Most High Yah, this was a promise. This was a prophecy that the people of Yah was going to have to be restored. And once we restore, we will put all these curses upon our enemies. And those that he said have hated us and hate us. All we got to do is obey this word. When that comes to me, I said, wait a minute, this prophecy came before the people entered into the land of promise, flowing with milk and honey. Telling me before I even step in there, I'm going to be blessed, but yet you're going to end up cursed. Because you pay with the words, and the Father told him, because you're going to turn yourself and start following other gods. I already see, and it's almost like Peter. No, I will die. I will do all this. No, Peter. The time ain't come yet when you got to make a choice. Before the cock crow 3 times, you're going to be denied me. Before the cock crow, you're going to be denied me 3 times. Now, I know you mean what you say right now, but you ain't got to that place yet. That's why we pray, Father, keep us. Help us to be able to stand.
Yes.
Help us to be able to stand.
That's right. Truly.
But he said, if you will obey me, if you keep my word. Saints of the Most High, let me say this to us before I get off the line tonight. Yah has promised that he will keep us. But he also promised us one thing too. He has to deal with us like he did with an enemy if we don't obey his word. And we don't keep his commandments, and we allow him to circumcise our heart. that cleanse us from all unrighteousness, all the filth, all the things that the enemy tried to present to us in this life. We have to make. He said, you ain't got to run over there, try to get answer, run over there to try to get answer. He said, you got your answer. It's not you, it's even in your mouth. That's why it's good for us to confess unto y'all. Get it out. Don't let the enemy have nothing to play with. Don't have nothing to keep tormenting people with. A lot of people don't know why they're being tormented because they won't confess.
That's right.
Like the girl said, that she got comfortable with her demons coming to her every day. She got to the place she looked forward to. Now you know that's a bad place.
Yes, it is.
But y'all know how to bring us out of things if we'll turn back to him. He's gonna look all over the place where it's in your mind. I put everything on your lips that you can come to me and with your whole heart. Your whole heart, mind, and your soul. If you will come to me, I'll hear your prayer and I will do it. I will perform it for you. And I thank y'all tonight. I give y'all praise, glory, and honor for this word tonight. I pray that this short lesson, that's short for us, an hour and a few minutes. But I
Mm-hmm.
pray, I give y'all praise and glory for his divine word tonight. Like I said, I've been reading this and I just went back. I'm just almost finished with this, but it's been such a blessing. I just want to share that with us that restoration is promised to the peoples of Yah. What we have to do, as he have said in his word, is to hold fast and obey his word, obey him. When we are in need of something, go to him. And I'm going to say that for my own self. We have to remember to go to Yah because we are so ingrained in what we have to do legally in this world. But when they're coming out against us anyway in their system, they're illegal anyway. So we let's go to the courts of heaven. Let's go to the courts of heaven and allow him to work on our behalf because he can do it better than we can do it. So I give y'all praise and glory, saints in the Most High. I pray that something was said that will increase your faith tonight, to give you some peace of mind that the promise y'all have made, he's going to keep that promise. We just have to keep the promise to obey him. Because everything that the enemy had done, all the curses and things that was on our life, we see it every day being transferred.
That's right. Yes,
Or
we
we
do.
hear the same complaints that we have heard ourselves. And when we would say, they'll tell us to get over and shut up and stop complaining. It's amazing we ain't doing them that way. Because see, y'all don't want us to do it that way. You sit back and let watch y'all work.
That's
Them their own self is waking up to say that this happened to me because.
mm-hmm.
See, one thing when you start going through stuff, the Father bring it back to this is what you did to this, that, and that. Nobody will tell you why you going through stuff a lot of time. A disobedience. So we give y'all praise and glory and honor, saints. We ask that the Father continue to bless you. Yeah, that he continue to empower you, bring you to that place of abundance that his word has spoken tonight. That your hands will be prosperous. Wherever you put your hands to do, according to his word and his will, we give his name praise and glory and honor. With that tonight, saints, thanks to the Most High, we're going to say shalom. And if it be possible, if y'all is his will, we'll be back on this Friday evening. All praises to the Most High, Elohim, and shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, family. Shalom.